Yo, ho, ho, ladies and gentlemen. So Sean McDermott apparently speaks to the media here in 2 minutes. So I wanted to do a little live reaction to start off. I was gonna do like an NFL news thing like I typically do at 11 a.m. EST, but I just right now I think the only thing I really want to hear is Sean McDermott's thing. So I'm sitting here, I'm refreshing Twitter back and forth, trying to see once this comes up, and then we're all just gonna watch this together. Figure out what's going on with the team. OTAs start today, baby. I want to hear a lot. And so I want to hear a little bit about how the linebacker competition's going. I want to hear how the defensive and so how the defensive line is looking. I want to hear how the guard competition is going. There's a lot of stuff. And I mean, as much as I love Sean McDermott, I know that we're not going to get a lot out of this. So I'm really not sure why I'm sitting here being like, oh yeah, we're going to learn a lot, dude. Yeah, we're going to learn a lot right now, man. He's just going to give those normal answers where he's just like, oh yeah, well, I mean, these boys work hard, I'm really hoping to get a lot. Sean, how do you feel about Dalton Kincaid? He's a talented young man. How much playing time will he get? I can answer that. He's got to earn it. He's got to do his thing. That's a Sean McDermott thing right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's a Sean McDermott thing right there. So I'm not really sure why my hopes are as high as they should be. Or they might be. It's 11 a.m. Where's that live feed, baby? Let's put it on Twitter. Show me what I got. Where's that Bills PR team going? Buffalo Bills PR. Oh, I feel like that they would probably be streaming it on PR, right? Let's see. Buffalo Bills PR. Talking about now, I just see news about Dean Marlowe. I don't know. They're probably running a little bit late. They're probably running a little late right now. Okay, he's a little better than Bill about talking to the media. Less rough around the edges, but still gives you nothing. I mean, there's really not many coaches that did. I feel like that Rex Ryan was the most. Was certainly the most when it came down into anything. So we'll see. And so they typically stream the whole media report. I'm also going to check out YouTube, see if Buffalo Bills are live right now too. So it'll probably get demonetized if I put it on YouTube, but who cares, bro? Who cares, baby? Let's get this going. Dan, why does your picture always look like a mugshot? My thumbnail? Okay. Well, I will change my mugshot, bro. For the picture. Fun fact, I've never been arrested before, actually. So I'm not sure if that makes me lame or if that makes me cool. I don't know. One of the two. So let me know if anybody sees if there's a stream that I'm missing, or if the Bills are just, or if Sean McDermott's just dragging his feet right now. Because this episode, like I said, I just wanted us all to react together. Exactly what's going on with the Bills, what Sean McDermott's got to say, because about damn time that OTAs are starting. For some reason, I thought I read somewhere that it was supposed to be yesterday. They may have just arrived yesterday and there wasn't anything that happened. But yeah, I don't know. But I'm very excited to see what OTAs does. I'm sitting here refreshing Twitter as much as humanly possible, seeing if that live feed comes in here soon, which I feel like that it should be any second. But and for those of you that are coming in, make sure you smash that like button. Thank you so much for coming on in. Definitely always a good time. Like I said, I am live Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. EST and also 5:30 p.m. EST for Bills Mafia happy hour. So thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully during happy hour, we're going to be able to discuss a little bit about what happened during OTAs. There it is, baby. New tweet from the Buffalo Bills. I saw it, but there we go. Share screen, dog.
Yesterday, we'll run again today, and it's fun to get out there again and coach, just as a coach, not just with the added responsibility. But just as a coach overall, good to work together with a new staff.
Let's talk to
pieces
me,
that we put
baby.
Together and see some of our new players out there, Dalton being one of them, and some added guys from free agency as well.
Sean, you're saying, good to see that you're feeling better since the last.
I appreciate it.
DeMar Hamlin.
So is he sick?
Participating and
Oh, DeMar news. Let's hear that.
What's it like to have him on the field if he's out there?
Yeah, he has not been practicing. We're just going to continue to take it one day at a time, and just support DeMar every way possible.
Yeah, I mean, why would you make him play?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to get into specifics where he is at what hour, but he's in the building working and taking it one day at a time.
Sean, this is part of just the slow progression to get him back.
We're taking it one day at a time. Yeah.
He's taking a Belichick page out of the book right now.
With the added responsibility of defensive coordinator, and these workouts are always valuable. Right?
By the way, I'm glad that they fixed the reporter's mic.
Accentuated with whatever new wrinkles you might try and put in, and the fact that there's a competition at the middle linebacker position to kind of bring all of that together.
Adam, sorry, this kicked on. You're saying?
I guess, is there added importance to these workouts based on the fact that you might be trying to put some new wrinkles into the defense, and you've got a competition at middle linebacker?
Right. Well, I mean, there's it's every off season. You look at your team and you're saying, hey, there's different challenges every off season, and the challenges specific to this off season are some of what you mentioned with the middle linebacker position and other positions that are we may not have called an incumbent player at that position or two, and but that's just the nature of every off season and how you try and bring the team together and the challenges that you have. And I think that's also the fascinating part about the job also is how you solve some of the challenges you have, and then players as it relates to roster spots or a starting position, in this case, stepping up when given an opportunity and see what they do with it. So I think that's part of the fascinating part of the job, and really one of the joys of being a coach is watching young players up.
How have you been, or how will you be?
He's so media trained. He just said nothing right there.
How it's going to work with you calling plays during this mini camp and OTAs period?
Yeah, so again, just grateful for a great staff that I have around me, supporting me, and just different assignments for me during the practice at times now, and not holistically, but from here and from time to time through practice, I'm in a different position than maybe I was before, just because I need to be there. So again, having that staff around me, different people taking my role, and for 2 minute, for example, Coach Smiley, usually I'll spot the ball and dictate how that flows, but Coach Smiley now takes over that job, and that's been fun to watch too, and it also gives guys an opportunity to experience a different position and grow a little bit on their own.
Is it going to be an kind of feeling out process over this time to kind of get an idea of what you?
These mics are so bad for the reporters. Can't hear shit.
This change?
Yeah, I mean, there's you kind of have to have two different brains, right? You got to have your head coach brain, and then in this case, a defensive coordinator brain. But again, I've got tremendous help from the defensive staff and Coach Smiley, as well as the offensive staff. I think, just in terms of overall, everyone understanding kind of the what I go through on a day-to-day basis now versus maybe in the past.
Hey, Sean, you signed Puna Ford after the draft.
Oh, no, I was excited about that one. That dude. What you got, Shawnee?
Yeah, he's been a good addition. Powerful player that's played in the league, and had a good run in Seattle. We're grateful to have him here, and he's off to a good start and learning our defense and how we play, and he's been a good addition to this point.
Have you seen a change in the way Ken Dorsey is approaching kind of this offseason and going through things as opposed to?
I hope so.
When he was really fresh at being an offensive coordinator last year.
I think overall, I appreciate the fact that he's being himself. That's why he was hired, and a lot of confidence in Ken. And having said all that, he embraces the growth mindset versus a fixed mindset of, and just growing every day. He's had good communication with Josh and the offensive staff, and the components that he has on the offensive side of the ball. And so you're always tinkering, you're always tweaking things as a coach. You're always growing, always trying to find ways to improve yourself and then improve your side of the ball in this case.
Coach, how did you evaluate Shane Ray during his tryout last week?
Yeah, another good addition. Shane obviously has been well documented over the last couple of days when we signed him, and he's a highly accomplished player, in particular at the college level, and he's been bounced around a little bit at the professional level, and I think played with Vaughn as well at Denver, and so another addition that we're just waiting to see, and evaluate how he does, and really appreciate his effort. He's played with great energy to this point, and we're grateful to have him.
Sean, what did you see from Dalton during rookie minicamp as he's getting his first taste of the NFL, and then kind of just what do you
Talk to me about Dalton, Shawnee. Talk to me.
Yeah, just again, Heather, just taking it one day at a time. I know expectations sometimes soar with perception and all those types of things, and I think that will all quiet down. And the best thing we can do is just get Dalton into a nice routine, and he can be himself and learn the offense, and just take it one play at a time. In fairness to him,
Such a coach response.
Just happy with what we've seen to this point. Looks like he's got a good feel for things, and
Just tell us he's fucking killing it, please, bro.
Specifically, what did you like about him, and where kind of do you see him fitting? What do you have one spot being kind of talk some about that, but where do you kind of see him?
Yeah, right now he's playing the middle linebacker position. He's learning that. We'll see, where that goes, and he played a little bit of both in college. You saw him play middle, you saw him play a little bit of outside. So we'll see where that goes, and that's really just our biggest ask of him is to come in and learn the defense, and
that's big news.
Certainly he'll contribute on special teams as well, we hope.
I know that you evaluate these guys in the draft, and you like certain.
The
things
small middle linebacker, though.
Coach, but is this also the time of year where you realize maybe they can do some things that maybe they didn't, and that's kind of cool and surprising, and how you can kind of adjust your thinking as a play caller?
Yeah, overall, I think it was Adam that asked the question about the middle linebackers. That's part of the evaluation. Is we threw some things at them yesterday that I asked Ken to put in there, or he wanted to put in there, and I said, yeah, let's give him the green light, let's do it. Because it puts pressure on the defense. And I think that's good to see how certain players respond to those challenges and those opportunities, really. And but, yeah, just overall, just trying to, bring everything together. And, look, at the end of the day, it's shorts and T-shirts and helmets. So, I've been fooled before by guys that show up this time of year, and when the pads come on, they don't show up when the game's really played in a physical manner. So, I think you've got to be a little bit patient right now in terms of over-evaluating and coming to a conclusion on a player too fast, because the game is the game, and height, weight, speed is height, weight, speed.
Sean, do you feel like Josh has another step in his evolution as a quarterback? What are the sorts of things that he can take to another level?
Yeah, he definitely does.
Yeah, I mean, Josh is obviously an extremely talented player, athlete. I'm sure that maybe there were some baseball scouts at the home run derby at Micah's home run derby. I know if I was a
Like
scout
that.
and hearing that ball come off that bat and watching what I saw, I'd be pretty curious, let's call it. But overall, I just think that Josh taking his game.
He's
to
talking
another
about Josh
level
Allen, bro.
really means being a great decision maker. We've talked about before this offseason, and it's been talked about, adjusting his style of play enough to keep himself healthy and to play smarter at times as well. And then I just think the overall approach to the game. I've seen a different Josh this offseason. Not that it was bad before, but he's got a new sense of focus, I would say, and
He's single, bro.
and determination, which is good.
What were some of the things you liked in this guy that made you happy about?
I can't hear shit from your supporters.
I'll just talk about really Dalton as a draft pick. I'm not going to talk about the trading up, and that's not for me to talk about. But in terms of the talent, The hands, the feel, the instincts. We talked about earlier about when I mentioned about playing the game versus shorts and t-shirts. That's how the game's played. Space, situationally aware. So he's got to earn all of it, right, at this level. But those are some of the things we saw in the time that he was at Utah there.
How much did last season help shape the mold for this year's growth mindset?
Say that again.
How did last season help shape the mold for growth mindset going into this year?
For the players that were with us last year, I would say there's carryover in terms of learning from, you learn from experience, right? But other than that, it's a new season, and we're looking ahead and not behind, and that's what you do every year is you look forward to what's ahead of us and the vision we have for our football team and the opportunities that are in front of us as well as the challenges.
Digs here for OTAs?
No.
You mentioned Josh's renewed sense of focus. He also did earlier this offseason. Are you willing to provide any examples you've seen that may have been materializing on the field in terms of that renewed focus?
Well, it's in fairness to Josh, it's kind of early. He didn't participate yesterday. He participated in part of it and then was not there the rest of it due to a personal commitment. So we'll see today in terms of what carries over onto the field specifically.
No. He's probably
I just think, again, his involvement in the offense, his feedback, his communication, it's always been there. But I think even a more involved approach in the offense and his dealings with Coach Dorsey and their communication and everything. So I think that can only be good for the situation.
You're getting reacclimated to, calling plays defensively and kind of managing that side of things. Is there anything that you missed or that maybe brings back some memories about what you missed about kind of getting into the role in the first place?
Yeah, I think most head coaches would tell you, and I had a chance to be with St. John Fisher's head coach yesterday, who I have a great deal of respect for, and he's been at this job 30-some years, and this is just year 7 for me. So you miss coaching. To me, the head coach's seat is a leadership seat, and that's all good, and I love that part of it. But what you miss the most is rolling up your sleeves and getting in with the players side by side and coaching and getting in that defensive room, in this case for me, and really getting down to the nth detail. And so I missed that, and it's good. It feels good to be back doing that again.
What have you seen from Kyer doing this offseason?
Kyer's always been a pro, and which is unusual to say that because most rookies come in and they're not.
Is he going to play him this year, Shawnee?
Wired that way. His habits have always been winning level habits, and I think this offseason, though, being able to, for Kyer, watch him settle in a little bit to the NFL and the offseason routine and adjusting his habits to meet kind of the NFL calendar. And I think he's done a real nice job of that.
1 second, y'all.
Davis White having a full offseason ahead of him now. How important do you think that's going to be for him? And do you see maybe some added energy from him having this ability to go through the full offseason into the regular season?
Yeah, Trey has had a tremendous offseason. Anything Trey does doesn't surprise me. I remember the player that we drafted and the person, and he's just wired the right way. And, he faced a huge challenge last year, and to watch him work through that and then take it to even another level this offseason from what I've seen, doesn't surprise me, but I also don't take it for granted. He's a heck of a person and a heck of a player.
Too general a way, excuse me, to ask this question, but can you describe what you want to bring to, add to, or enhance in the defense this year in terms of how it's executed or whatever as you take over calling?
Well, I think like anything else, at the position level, I think one could say that the players are a reflection of your personality, no different at the coordinator level or the head coach level, really. So you want the personality to rub off If you're
Let's
doing it
hope
the
not,
right
dude.
way, I think you want your personality on things, and I think that comes over time, really. So we'll see.
Describe that personality.
I think you know me well enough.
This might be a better question. I mean, there's also a part of this question for Micah himself, but a guy like Micah, who's a leader, who's been with you for so long, he's injured, but he stayed with you guys. He was on the sidelines. He was helping the coach. How much does that help even seeing things a little differently for him when he goes back onto the field and know what you're looking for as well?
Yeah, I mean, having those two safeties, Micah and Jordan both, man, it just gives to have two experienced players like that. It gives me great comfort. I know as a coach, I'm sure it gives the players around them, even more importantly, great comfort because you've got two guys back there that
Yes,
know what
Cody,
they're
it is.
doing. They've seen a lot of ball, played a lot of snaps together, and have gone through and grown through a lot of things. So, I mean, the benefits of it are countless, really. All right, thanks, guys.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. Also, I would say one of the biggest things that we missed from that is that Stephon Diggs is not at OTAs. Okay, so don't think for a second that that's a big deal. Like, I'm already scrolling through Twitter and I'm seeing people freak out. Oh my God, Stephon Diggs is not at like OTAs. When was the last time Stephon Diggs was at OTAs? Never. Dude just doesn't go. Man. It's nothing to worry about. All right. Boom, boom. All right. Anyway, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. For now, I think we might as well just hit the chat, like what you thought. Some of the biggest takeaways that I saw that I thought was pretty interesting was the fact that it sounds like Dorian Williams is trying to be meshed into that middle linebacker position. I think he's a little undersized. I like his pass coverage. I like his tackling ability. Granted, we're not sure how great that's going to transition into the NFL from college, but and so he was always listed as an outside linebacker, at least on the depth chart from the Buffalo Bills at this point. So I'm excited to hear reports a little later today when practice starts, because practice starts in 10 minutes. So I would imagine it's going to be a couple of hours, and then we'll start getting some updates on what's going on with everything, and then just sort of go from there. But we'll just see what's going on. Cody says you got to recap because I definitely showed up as he left. Yeah, man. So there was a couple of like updates. Diggs is not at OTAs. Dorian Williams is going to be shifting into middle linebacker a little bit. So he's going to be getting some snaps on that. And then afterwards, he was just giving a bunch of like coach speak, right? That was his entire thing. I mean, he just gave us a bunch of like non-answers. Just be like, oh yeah, Josh, I mean, he's been working really hard this offseason, more so than I ever have him. And then I'm trying to think of like anything else that he was talking about. He was talking about like the value of Micah Hyde serving as a player coach sort of situation. He was talking a little bit more about that as well. It was just like a bunch of non-speak. I would say like the two biggest pieces of news that's coming out right before practice today, which starts in like 8 minutes, is the fact that Diggs is not there, and then Dorian Williams is going to be playing a little middle linebacker. Dorsey, he's hoping Dorsey improved. He likes Dorsey, blah, blah, blah. It's just coach speak, man. You know what I mean? It's Sean McDermott just being that. Cody says Diggs at OTAs is like Aaron Rodgers being a capitalist. Diggs never goes to OTAs. So don't read don't read too much into that. Honestly, say for example that you were to go on Twitter and like filter search for the past 6 years, even before he was on the Bills, and you type in the phrase Diggs not in attendance or Diggs not at OTAs, you're going to see several tweets from each and every single year that say the same thing year after year after year after year. So nothing to read too much into. I think everyone's overhyping this. This is just something that they can, sort of get attention for the next couple of months. Each person from the AFC roundtable should give a pair of tickets to the Bills and Jets game. Thoughts? Brandon Day, funny you say that. Funny you say that. We are actually, and we just got news. We are hosting the very first AFC East roundtable event at MetLife Stadium, where we're giving away 2 tickets to Bills and Jets. So Bills and Jets for that Monday night, where you will be able to sit with myself, Richie, TD, and Tyson, and so it's Patriots Global too. And we're hosting a tailgate party, which is going to be at a bar in the MetLife area, where you're going to see a live show from us, open bar for about, I believe, an hour and a half to 2 hours, a big spread of food, and just an absolute crazy ass tailgate party. Tickets go on sale tomorrow, as a matter of fact. But if you're interested for pre-sale, go on ahead and actually email us at afceastroundtable@gmail.com. So I'm going to go ahead and put the flyer out right now so you guys can see what we're doing here. But you do that. Let me go to the community page. Let me share my screen here. So we got everything. There it is. Boom. So just email us at afceastroundtable@gmail.com. And then let us know how many tickets you would want, because we're still telling the Jets how many tickets that we want. We've been negotiating from the ticket sales option. And the best thing is that like you guys are going to get like our entire package is going to be cheaper than the vast majority of regular game tickets that you see. So if you're planning on going to Bills Jets, which is going to be crazy. I mean, Monday Night Football opening game, come on, it's going to be wild. Then definitely go through us, because you're going to get a hell of a lot better of a deal. Plus an open bar, a tailgate party, exclusive live show. Here's the flyer. Check it out. Super excited about that. But shoot us an email. Like I said, afceastroundtable@gmail.com, because tickets go on sale tomorrow, but we're still doing that final round of negotiations with the Jets ticket sales office. So we need like a number. So if you can see that, and I'll even go on ahead and I'll put it in the chat. If you're interested in going, because there's a shit ton of Jets fans that have already signed up for that. So I definitely want some more Bills fans. And I mean, honestly, like you're going to get a hell of a lot better of a deal, because I mean, like we're buying a shit ton of tickets. So if you're interested, shoot us an email, let us know. And then once tickets go on sale tomorrow, you guys would be the priority. And then we would send you over the link of how much it's going to be. It's going to be really reasonable. It's going to be at like a solid sort of tickets for the game, a tailgate party, which is going to have open bar, a spread of food, a live show from the AFC's roundtable. We're having a bunch of really cool guests. So definitely go ahead and check that out, y'all. Send us an email at afceastroundtable@gmail.com. Let us know. We making it work. We making it work, baby. Oh, yeah. Josh is dating the team now. Scary Single Josh might get us to the game, baby. I'm pumped about that. It's like Elliot's still pretty high on everything. He says, I've been watching highlights of last year, and it's like going to the strip club just to tease. I know, man. I know. It's just like a month or 2 away. Well, more than that. It's like 3 months away at this point. But super excited. Me too, man. Worst case scenario, bro. Like, I mean, I'd be even fine with preseason. Just give me football. Show me some of the rookies. Show us some of our depth. Just give me what we need to. Do you have any idea how good the seats are going to be? It's going to be like upper level. Like it's not like nosebleeds or anything like that, but like it's not going to be like lower, because we wanted to make sure that everybody that watches our show is going to have an opportunity to go and afford it. So that's what we agreed on. But from what I understand from the seats that they're thinking about giving us, it's going to be like and don't mark my words on this. I could be absolutely wrong, because Richie's the one that's really going through with it. But it's in like the single digit rows. Like it's really good upper level seats. Really good upper level seats. Season beats, says Dan. You're going to get flagged by YouTube for showing off those guns. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, dog. I appreciate that, man. I mean, since I've gone full time on like YouTube and TikTok, I've had a lot of time to work out, which is pretty dope. So just been guzzling some pre-workout, some protein. And so I've been trying out that carnivore diet too. It gives me the shits really bad. it gives me the shits, and like my aggression's up there a little bit too. But yeah, I mean, now's the time to explore a little bit of health. Like now what I got to do is just put down the vape, but you know what? Baby steps. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, but I mean, I am super excited about that event at MetLife. I think a lot of you guys could have an opportunity to do it. Cody's saying, do you have any plans on which games you might go to this year in Buffalo? If you leak that out, I'll get tickets to that game, man. Okay, so I'll give you the two that, well, the one for sure in Buffalo. One for sure, because me and my brother are already starting to make travel arrangements, is going to be the Cowboys game on December 17th. So that for sure, me and my brother are going to go to. And I'm actually going to see if I can host like a Bills Mafia event too. And so it'll be something dope too. Like, I mean, like, it's like not going to be centralized around me. It's going to be like a fucking like Bills Mafia event. And I'll just so happen to be there. So let me take a look at the schedule of the other one that I was looking at, because it all depends on the date. So the Cowboys one for sure. And then I was also heavily considering the New York Giants game on October 15th at 8:20. So that is let me check my calendar real fast. I'm pretty sure that's Sunday Night Football against the Giants. So I'm definitely thinking about going to that one too on October 15th. I think that one would be an absolute great time. So those are the two games. If not the Giants game, then the Buccaneers game would definitely be on point with that too. And so I'm hoping to get to Buffalo this year, but likely just going to go to the Miami game to save some money. I don't blame you on that, man. I definitely don't blame you on that. I'm planning on going to Bills, Jets, obviously, for week 1 because of our event. And then I'm probably going to try and talk to TD like into having a Bills Miami event too, like during that last game of the season, because who the hell doesn't want to go to Miami on January 9th? Like, that's beautiful. Like, I mean, I'm up in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Like, it's going to be too cold for me at that point. So I'm definitely going to take an opportunity to just knock it out. But guys, listen, thank you so much for tuning in for Dumb Mafia Live. I am live every single Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. EST, mostly NFL content, but I'm a Bills fan first. So once I saw that Sean McDermott was going live with the media, I had to react with you guys, had to talk about some things. Later today, I'm doing my normal Bills Mafia happy hour. That's going to be at 5 p.m. EST. And that's when we're just going to go through a bunch of news, a bunch of news from what happened today at OTAs, giant Q&A. Would love to see you guys there. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be on the lookout. Also, I'm dropping a top 10 dirtiest players in NFL history in a couple of hours. So check that out. Love y'all. I'll see you in a bit. Deuces.